your friends. Don't care about fitting in the crowd. I'll say it one time and I'll say it loud. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take dope or have affairs. Just call me square, 'cause I don't care. I won't do the things I don't believe in. I don't care about impressing your friends. Don't care about fitting in the crowd. I'll say it one time and I'll say it loud. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take dope or have affairs. Just call me square, 'cause I don't care.
Taking pride in Mobile. Taking pride in Mobile. Come on, let your spirit show. Taking pride in Mobile. We're growing, shining, winning, so we're taking pride in Mobile. We're old, we're young, we're fast and slow, and we love watching our future grow. Let's tell the world so they will know, and we're taking pride in Mobile. And wherever I may go, I'll tell them I'm from Mobile. We're old, we're young, fast and slow, and we love watching our future grow. Let's tell the world so they will know, and we're taking pride in Mobile. And wherever I may go, I'll tell them I'm from Mobile. Taking pride in Mobile. Taking pride in Mobile.
We're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore.
Come ride a little train going down the track at the junction. Woo, woo! Pinnacle Junction. There's old Uncle Joe moving kind of slow at the junction. Woo, woo! Pinnacle Junction. I will return.
Message deleted. Press.
Traffic Center.
Traffic is flowing better now after an accident on I-65 South at Spring Hill Avenue. Heading from 165 to I-10, it's a 7-minute drive. Don't forget the Senior Bowl happening on a shortened Route A. That is at 5:30 p.m., followed by Condi Cavaliers. They'll be on Route A at 6:30. And a reminder, the Senior Bowl concert will be held at Soul Kitchen Music Hall.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your local store. Football and King's Irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Now, here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, dollar. That's dollar. Enter it now at newsradio710.com. The Uncle Henry Show, weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
I hate Mardi Gras. I hate parades. I hate people walking up and down the street on both sides. I hate people marching up and down the street, bands. I hate it. I hate people that even broadcast Mardi Gras. I hate it. Get a life. Mardi Gras is the devil, and I hate the devil. So why don't you people devil up?
Message deleted. Press 4.
Wonderful town, wonderful people, places to go, things to see. My love is Mobile, that's my wonderful town. Beautiful homes, schools and churches, entertainment, places to shop. My heart's in Mobile, that's my wonderful town. Mobile, a center of transportation, business and industry set the pace. Mobile's got the Junior Miss celebration, home of Mardi Gras and Senior Bowl game.
Mobile is great to
living and working.
The climate's ideal for progress, you see. My love is Mobile. That's my wonderful town.
Roll, Tide, roll, Uncle Henry.
It says the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. I appreciate it very, very much. It is an honor for me to be on AM radio with you right now. It is. I have a love for the AM radio. It is far superior to any other delivery method for spoken word broadcast. I'm also glad to be on the iHeartRadio app, streaming to anybody, anywhere that's got the app and wants to listen to this garbage. Once again, here we are together, me and you. Just the two of us here trying to figure out what is going on. What is going on? What is wrong with people? What's gotten into people these days? If you'd like to tell me, if you'd like to answer any of them questions, or if you want to bring forward other questions, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Got the Mardi Gras in downtown Mobile with the Condi Cavaliers parade, and they got a Senior Bowls Players Parade tonight. You got a whole bunch of stuff going on in downtown Mobile tonight. And then tomorrow you've got the Senior Bowl and you got more parades. We just got a lot of junk going on all along the Gulf Coast, especially in Mobile, Alabama. Now, before I talk about any of them things, and there's plenty of things to talk about going on in Mobile and on the Gulf Coast and in the state, country, world, etc. There are some people tomorrow in Mobile, in the Mobile area, that are not going to be partying, at least not in the earlier part of the day. They're going to be having a meeting of some kind about elections and election integrity. Now, I think I've got the guy on the telephone here. Hello, caller.
Hello, Uncle Henry. How are you today?
This is Rob Morris of Mobile Pirate Radio. You can find Mobile Pirate Radio by looking on social media. Look on Facebook for Mobile Pirate Radio. Now, Rob, tell me and the listener, what is this meeting happening tomorrow for serious people that are worried about elections?
Well, Uncle Henry, it all started because of my podcast. I was called and contacted by a group called the Concerned Citizens for Election Integrity here in Mobile. They invited me out to see Dr. Frank speak last month in December in Tillman's Corner. And I was so impressed, was inspired to join the group. So they nominated me as their promotions guy, and that's why I'm speaking to you.
Okay, so tell the listener what is the meeting. I'm asking you about the meeting tomorrow, Rob. Please, what is the meeting tomorrow?
Well, the meeting tomorrow is Dr. Frank explained in layman terms to everyone how we can reclaim local control of the Alabama voter rolls and the election process to improve the accuracy of the voter rolls here in Alabama. A lot of people, everyone's invited. I don't care what your political affiliation is. Ordinary people, parents, pastors, and community leaders are urged to gather and join us for Dr. Frank's talk focused on election integrity and the efforts to bring back election and paper ballots and hand counting those paper ballots without those nasty machines that can be hacked and manipulated to give us false results in our elections here in Mobile.
All right, now tell people when and where this meeting is.
It'll be held at 10:30 tomorrow morning at Hill Springs Baptist Church at 335 Eliza Jordan Road in West Mobile. You can find it accessible from Airport Boulevard or Tanner Williams Road, just past Snow Road. You'll find Eliza Jordan Road and a church. You shouldn't have a problem finding that. Now, it's going to be cold, but I promise we're going to have hot coffee to warm everyone up when they come inside.
All right, so this is a talk at 10:30 tomorrow at this church about election integrity. Who is this doctor guy you keep referring to, this Dr. Frank?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Uncle Henry. Dr. Frank has a PhD in surface electroanalytical chemistry. That's a mouthful. That entails blending physics, chemistry, electronics, computing, and mathematics in his work. He is a very, very smart man. He has been traveling across the country to educate and motivate people to get involved in real election reform. Tomorrow, he's going to tell us how to do it.
All right, so, and is his last name Frank, or is his first name Frank?
Yeah, Dr. Douglas Frank. His
Okay,
last name is
okay.
Frank.
Well, you never know when you get a last name for a first name and vice versa. I'm a big fan. I love it when people give kids last names as first names. I'm a big fan of that myself. All right, so that is tomorrow. Tomorrow at 10:30 at Hill Spring Baptist Church. Now, we're almost out of time here. Do you have any reason to believe there's something going on with our local elections? Is there something wrong with our local elections?
Well, let me just say this, Uncle Henry. The voter rolls in the state of Alabama, what do you think they are? In Montgomery?
I don't know.
No, sir. No, sir. They are located in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, why is that? That's a big problem, and we're going to have that changed as well.
All right, so all these questions now that are popping up in my mind, they will be answered tomorrow at 10:30 at Hill Spring Baptist Church with this chemist physicist guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, we have a team put together already, and we need another team together to be put together here in Mobile. Anybody wants to volunteer, if you come out and listen to them, you may be inspired like I was to join and get involved. So come out and see us.
All right, that is tomorrow, 10:30, Hill Spring Baptist Church. If you want to find out more, go look up Mobile Pirate Radio on Facebook, and you can see more about this. Rob, thank you for the phone call.
Thank you, sir, for your time.
All right. Back in a moment. When I return, I will remain uncredentialed.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Traffic is flowing better now after an accident on I-65 South at Spring Hill Avenue. Heading from 165 to I-10, it's a 7-minute drive. Don't forget the Senior Bowl happening on a shortened Route A. That is at 5:30 p.m., followed by Condi Cavaliers. They'll be on Route A at 6:30. And a reminder, the Senior Bowl concert will be held at Soul Kitchen Music Hall.
This report is sponsored.
All right, and she's talking, when she says the Senior Bowl's at 5:30, that's a Senior Bowl player parade this evening in downtown Mobile. Now, let me look and see, is there anybody watching on Facebook on a Friday? Yeah, I am shocked. What are you people, it's not cold yet. You could still go out and do something. It's not cold yet. Hello to Marianne Phillips. Hello to you. The Love Freak 69. Hello to you. Chris the Bammer. Roll, Tide, roll. 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley. I'm here on a Friday. John Daniel. JD. Now, are you quoting in the comments section here, JD, are you quoting a rock song of some kind? Oh, you are? Okay. You're okay. Now I get it. It's Rod Stewart. Good Lord Almighty. Why would you bring, what a freak he's turned out to be. Not you, JD, Rod Stewart. What a freak that guy is. James Thomas, thank you for looking in, and thank you for subscribing. Tarzan White, hello to you. Richard Harvey, Sharon at Fairhope, thank you all for looking in on the program. Going to be back on the radio here in just a couple of minutes. Back on the radio talking to the wonderful people that are listening to that AM radio and that are on that app. Hope all is well with you. Bam, I see Bama Big Man. There's Bama Big Man. Thank you all for looking in on the program. What can I tell you? Well, I can tell you, just this is on a personal level. I'm very glad that my job did not ask me to go down to the concert, because we were going to be there. The plan was me and Shelby were going to be at Mardi Gras Park for this concert, this Muscadine Bloodline Senior Bowl concert, because they play music that aligns with 95 KSJ, Muscadine Bloodline. But when they moved the concert in to Soul Kitchen on Dolphin Street and moved it to like 8:30 at night, it was just strategically, I think I would have had to go downtown before now and just have to wait and then leave at some point. I would have had to have moved down there. Probably had to got to get a condo or an apartment down there. It's not worth it. So I'm glad I'm not in it. All right, let's see. Going to be back on the radio in about 1 minute. Let me see if there's anything I can tell you. Trying to find a weird news story that I can deliver to you in less than a minute. For the Super Bowl, the Heinz company that makes a lot of sauces, you may have had some type of Heinz type of sauce spewed out all over your food. For the Super Bowl, they're introducing a keg of ketchup. It is a 19.5-inch ketchup dispenser designed to look like a beer keg for your ketchup. So if you're a beer worshiper, I guess this would be right up your alley and fit your religion. To have some I guess a lot of beer worshipers would love to have all their food in keg form. Here's an example, keg of ketchup.
Always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
The Uncle Henry Show, it's 5:20. Telephone number is 251-479-2723 if you want to call me and tell me something. Maybe you're on your way downtown to get involved in some debauchery or some other heathenistic behavior. 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address unclehenry@iheartmedia.com if you'd like to send me an old-fashioned electronic mail message. unclehenry@iheartmedia.com for that. Well, here we are. The weather's been all right today. Got a little warm today. Warm as in like near 60 degrees, which felt quite warm by comparison to previous days. But now all the weather people, all the TV stations and everybody that does the weather, they're talking about how the weather's going to change tonight. We're going to have some wind pickup, going to have some gusty winds. And they're referring to it as an Arctic blast. It's going to be an Arctic blast. In fact, this morning when I read it, I went on the on Fox 10's website. I'm old-fashioned that way, still visiting websites instead of just going on to apps and things. I went onto their website, and the weather guy said that an Arctic blast will surge into the area. A lot of this cold weather, the vocabulary, the way that they talk about it, the language they use is very aggressive, almost violent. It's a blast that will be surging into the area. Now, when it gets really hot, they'll say that it's a heat wave. It's a wave. It's just a wave. When it gets cold, it's a blast. When it's hot, it's just a wave. A heat wave. And if there's a lot of heat that sticks around for a while, it'll form a heat dome. I don't know why. Why is the cold weather, they use violent language. And when it's hot, it's really hot, it's a wave. It's wave back. I'm going to have to ask them next time I find a weather person that'll talk to me. It's been a while since I've had a meteorologist willing to, lower themselves to my level and talk to me. But I don't understand the blast, Arctic blast. It's not an Arctic wave. It could be. Why wouldn't it be? If heat can be in a wave, why can't cold be in a wave? No, got to be a blast. So anyway, the weather comes in tonight with this surging blast, northwest winds coming in. And so tomorrow, we're being told that tomorrow could be the coldest Senior Bowl that we've ever had. Now, here's a brief story. This is from Fox 10. Let's listen to the Fox 10 All-Stars here talking about this Arctic blast that could make it the coldest Senior Bowl in history.
This past week with the cold weather, the firewood's been flying out the door. We've gone through several pallets of it, just got a couple new pallets in, and the cold weather jackets have started moving quite a bit too.
Tonight, as another Arctic blast takes
another blast
aim at the Gulf.
Taking aim. So that it's not just moseying here. You got to have that violent language. It's taking aim. We're being aimed at. Somebody's aiming something at us. What are they aiming at us? A surging blast.
Post, one local outdoor shop owner says business is booming. Garrett Smith, founder of Redbeard's Outfitter on Kenneth Street, sells everything from cold weather gear to firewood. Smith says with families staying in this weekend, firewood sales have skyrocketed. He calls it a cost-effective, reliable way to keep homes warm while this cold snap holds on. But he says...
By the way, if I'm ever selling anything, I will always refer to it as cost-effective. I just will.
Not everyone will stay inside. With parades and the Senior Bowl on the schedule this weekend, many will still head out into the cold. And he says if you're going, you need to layer up the right way.
All right, now here's some good advice from this man, this Redbeard's guy, about... And I've come to understand that we've got to have news stories like this now because people are no longer parented. They aren't. People are no longer parented. There are adults, at least legal adults, over the age of 19, that nobody's ever told them how to act. And they've got to turn on a television and have somebody teach them. And so mommy and daddy never taught them how to dress for when it's cooler than 60 degrees. So this guy with his Redbeard Outfitters, he's gonna become parental for us and teach these poor, pitiful people that don't know how to dress for the cold. Let's listen together.
Things to think about is a lot of people have fleeces, and when you're outside at those types of events, if it gets windy, the air will just cut through a fleece. So if you just add like a rain jacket or a windbreaker over the top of it, it's gonna really improve how warm you can stay.
Smith said,
see, that's all you've got to do. Aren't you? See, your mommy or your daddy could have taught you that, but they were too busy finding themselves. When you were being a kid, they had to find themselves. Just because I have kids doesn't mean I can't have fun and party. So anyway, that's why we need this guy to teach us. All right, now what else?
Says don't skip the basics, hats, gloves, and hand warmers, especially if you'll be out for hours.
They'll heat up to like 113 degrees and they stay going for about 4 hours.
This kind of cold doesn't hit Mobile often. Weather records show 1985 was the coldest Senior Bowl game with a high of just 40 degrees. This year could top that, making history as the coldest game ever.
Okay, so, and I think the last time I looked, the high projected for tomorrow, something like 37, 38. So we could have a coldest Super Bowl ever. And then don't forget, now the weather people, back in the day, when I was younger, the temperature was enough. That's all you needed to know, that the temperature was, they projected it was going to be in the mid-30s, and it was going to be windy. But nowadays, there's wind chill. You got to take account into the wind chill. What's the wind chill going to be? They like to tell us about the wind chill because those numbers are even lower than the actual temperature, and it can create more excitement about the weather. You could have wind chills into the teens, and in some locations north of Mobile, even into the single digits. And that'll feel more, I guess that means you feel even more that you've been aimed at or something. Something aimed something at you. Some Arctic blast surging toward you. All right, so now by listening to this show, you've learned in this segment of the Uncle Henry Show that cold weather is more violent. It's talked about in a more violent way. And if you get cold, you can put on more layers of clothing and stay warmer.
Time saver traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design.com Traffic Center.
Senior Bowl Parade is happening at 5:30 on a shortened Route A, followed by Condi Cavaliers. They'll be at 6:30 on Route A. And don't forget, the Senior Bowl concert has been moved to
a shortened Route A for the Senior Bowl Players Parade because the players aren't going to want to walk in the streets an entire parade route when the temperature's dropping.
Friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your local store. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian sliders. There's nothing like it.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows Traffic.
There's nothing like it.
50, keyword, total traffic.
There's probably something like it.
Your hurricane protection specialists.
Hello, I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News. The Covington County Sheriff's Office and the U.S. Marshals Service need your help finding a wanted fugitive, John Lee. He's wanted for failure to appear on a charge of unlawful manufacturing of a controlled substance. Authorities say he has an extensive criminal history and is believed to have numerous friends and family in Covington, Butler, and Conecuh counties. Investigators received info he has returned to the Covington County area on numerous occasions. Authorities say Lee might be in Andalusia, Georgiana, Covington County, or Mobile. If you have any info, call.
Well, that's a big area.
A 48-year-old man was booked into Metro.
Might be in Andalusia.
Charge of trafficking meth after a canine search in Sims found meth inside his car.
You know, if I were on the lam, I would pick Andalusia.
Was arrested. This happened on Alabama 158, where the car was stopped for a violation, Sims police said. Police also said Canine Zero alerted officers to the presence of meth. Mardi Gras in Mobile starts tonight. The Condi Cavaliers will roll through downtown tonight at 6:30 on Route A. Now, before the parade, they made some familiar stops. They made their yearly stops to see some friends at Mobile Nursing and Rehab, the Learning Center, Augusta Evans, UCP, and Little Sisters of the Poor. They came with their own band to celebrate with beads and other classic throws. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeartRadio station.
This is News Radio 710, WNTM.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he hopes the House can vote Monday night to align with the Senate and what was now an inevitable partial government shutdown coming tonight. Wisconsin Congressman Brian Steele on Fox Business says a shutdown doesn't help anyone.
There's Democrats in the United States Senate that want to risk a shutdown once again and renegotiate a deal that has already been negotiated and legislation that's been passed by the House. There's no place for this.
President Trump talking about an ongoing immigration crackdown in Minnesota. The president insisting ICE plays a key role in helping remove violent criminals from the country, adding he's only taking actions because he was voted to do so by the American people.
Now nobody comes in. Nobody even tries to come in. And I can only say, I think we'll say it very plainly, elections have consequences.
America is listening to Fox News.
That guy, that Saucier guy that does those news headlines, he's He can't control himself. YouTube viewers, thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching on YouTube. It's a Friday. You could be enjoying Friday-type things, whatever that is. But thank you for looking. Salty Camp Tales, thank you for looking. Ken, thank you for looking. I was reading your memories of being at the bus stop. Fires at the bus stop. I remember being at a bus stop. Yeah, they had buses when I was in school. I remember being at the bus stop, and there was a neighbor that had a motorcycle. Now, the school was about 3 or 4 miles from the house. And the neighbor, this was like a senior in high school. He had a motorcycle, and that motorcycle was so loud. How loud was it? I remember he got on the motorcycle, and he started that thing up. He cranked it up. Then he drove off. We could hear, those of us waiting at the bus stop, we could hear him all the way to school. We heard him go the entire 4 miles. That was loud. It was a loud motorcycle. That's why, and I wasn't living in a city. There was no type of zoning or anything like that. I also remember when I was in high school, there was a really smart kid that built their own like personal helicopter. Yes, and it worked. Do kids do that anymore? Build helicopters that work?
Service matters. Join the movement and help us build a better world. Visit realizethedream.org today.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show here on a Friday. You can also hear me on FM radio. You can hear me on 95 KSJ. Monday through Friday between 10 and 2 playing today's hottest country. And Monday, I'm going to be giving away some concert tickets. I don't know if I have permission to say what concert I'm giving tickets away to. But sometime it'll be in the 1 p.m. hour Monday if you want to try and win some concert tickets. I wish I could tell you what they are, but I don't know if I have permission. But it's I'll be giving away concert tickets after 1 o'clock on 95 KSJ this coming Monday afternoon. Here we are together again. Telephone number is 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. I was listening to the news headlines, and I think I heard Cameron Taylor of Fox 10 with a story about some type of dope-sniffing dog finding meth. Somebody got arrested with they used one of these dope-sniffing dogs. You know, I wonder why we don't have more dope-sniffing dogs. In fact, I think I'd like to have a dope-sniffing dog. I would. Would that be, I think it'd be a great benefit to have my own dope-sniffing dog. And I'd even make a thing to drape on the dog. You know, when I'm walking the dog, I would like a little thing draped on the dog that let people know this is a dope dog. This is a dope sniffing dog. I just think that would be a wonderful thing. I wonder why we don't have more dope dogs in our society. Wouldn't you feel better if they had dope dogs that lived at the mall, for example? Let's say they had a couple, like 2 or 3 dope sniffing dogs, highly trained dope sniffing dogs, and we let them live at the mall. And they would just take turns. They'd have somebody walking the dope sniffing dog through the mall all the time. Anytime the mall is open, there's somebody walking the dope dog. Wouldn't you like going there more? Wouldn't you feel safer knowing that if I went to the mall, there was a dope sniffing dog in there walking around with me? I would. I'd like that. I'm going to look into this. I'm going to investigate more on ownership of dope dogs, these dope sniffing dogs. Wouldn't that be great? You could, if I was running the school system, I'd have a bunch of them. Yeah, I would. I'd get a bunch of these dope sniffing dogs, and I'd let all the different schools know that, hey, we're just going to be showing up at random with the dope dogs. Just be ready. We're going to be there. Just walk the dope sniffing dogs through the schools, and wouldn't that be great? I just think, anyway, just something I'm thinking about, how we'd probably be better off in society if we had more dope sniffing dogs. Again, 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now, I was left a voicemail. Let me get to this voicemail that was phoned in this afternoon to the Uncle Henry Show.
Hey, Uncle Henry. Navco Bill. I was getting off work about 10, 11 o'clock this morning and was heading up Halls Mills Road around Demetropolis. You got a 4-way stop there. Noticed a couple of Mobile's finest, a couple police officers there on the side of the road standing outside their SUV type vehicle.
By the way, I'm pausing just to say that I use Halls Mill Road. Halls Mill Road, a wonderful, wonderful road. We have a lot of wonderful roads. I use a lot of Halls Mill Road. But anyway, back to this discussion of what this man observed on Halls Mill Road.
Finest, a couple police officers there on the side of the road standing outside their SUV type vehicles. And I didn't think a whole lot about it. Went on through the 4-way towards Mobile Lumber. And up there on Halls Mill by the Mobile Lumber, there was a sheriff's deputy and like tactical gear and a couple more of Mobile's finest standing around there looking. And, that's kind of weird. Went a little further up the road heading toward Lowe's and the Aldi up there. And sure enough, it's 2 more Mobile's SUVs, Mobile PD there. And I went up to Aldi to check out their steaks and see what they had. And in the parking lot of Aldi, it backs up to a wood line there, and there were more police officers there behind the wood line. And I figured by this point in time, there was a manhunt or a woman hunt on for somebody in the bushes. But anyway, checked out the steaks, didn't see any ribeyes, so I headed on. Got a few other little things, but headed on.
By the way, you were looking for a ribeye. Also, my favorite, if I'm going to have steak, the ribeye. Yes, must be a ribeye.
Ribeyes, so I headed on. Got a few other little things, but headed on Demetropolis around, by the VA. Went out that way to encompass the wooded area there. And there was more Mobile police coming, patrolling that road. They weren't stationary. They were actually moving. But you got a lot of swampland down there, so they figured they probably, anyway, the upshot of all this is I was wondering if you knew what was going on or if this will make the news. It'd be nice if Lanice, I'm not sure I can pronounce her name right, Lanice Legant can tell us, what was happening there. Imagine if the individual gets away, we won't hear anything about it, but if they had some kind of a major takedown there. Oh, the other thing is I did look in the air. I didn't see a helicopter or a drone anywhere, so, aerial support could have helped them out a little bit. But I don't think we have a sheriff's department helicopter or Mobile Police Department helicopter. Anyway, can't wait for the Uncle Henry Show today. Got about another 50 minutes. Anyway, before it starts. Talk to you later, and Mardi Gras on.
All right, Nevco Bill, thank you. I just enjoyed hearing. I was imagining myself in that part of town and enjoying it because I enjoy that part of Mobile. I do. I do enjoy the Halls Mill corridor and all of the delights that it has. Now, I haven't heard what was going on. I have no idea. And maybe somebody can call us and tell us if they know. But I don't know what was going on. I don't know why you saw all the police, and I don't know what they were looking for. But yeah, Mobile police or sheriffs having a helicopter or a drone. You know, I interview the sheriff every month, just like he's on another radio station every month. And one of the times I interviewed him in the last few months, he mentioned that he would like to have something like that, like a helicopter. And I, of course, have talked on this show for years about how I think something that would even be better for Mobile and Mobile County would be some type of police blimp, a police blimp or a sheriff blimp, because it would make a statement. The evildoers would look up and they would see it. They would see, oh, there's the police blimp. And if you knew there was like a team on the blimp that could hang glide down or rappel down, they would be ready. Anytime there's something going on down below the blimp, they could jump onto their hang glider and hang glide down, or they could rappel down on a rope or something. I just think it would be a good deterrent to have some type of law enforcement blimp hanging up there, just hanging in the sky. You could have spotlights on it. It'd be a deterrent for the evildoers. I think it really would be. They'd always be looking up. They'd always be looking up. Is the blimp, are we being followed by the blimp? It would be wonderful. I think I'm going to suggest that to the sheriff. I'm going to suggest it to Mr. Prine, who is also running for sheriff. I think there's somebody else running that has no chance at all. I'll mention it to them too. There's more to come. There's more Uncle Henry Show to come after the break.
Senior Bowl Parade is happening at 5:30 on a shortened Route A, followed by Conde Cavaliers. They'll be at 6:30 on Route A. And don't forget, the Senior Bowl concert has been moved to the...
All right, and YouTube viewers, thank you for looking in on the program. Bama Big Man, dope sniffing dog at the flea market. Yes, anywhere that people assemble would be safer if you had a dope dog there. It just would be. Whether it's a flea market, a football game, the mall, some family reunions that are too big. Oh, that would be nice. Larry Morting, hello to you. Now, Richard Harvey, a moon pie blimp, that's different. That would not inspire fear in the heart of the evildoers. That would just, they'd probably turn it into a reason to take drugs or something. Like every time we see the moon pie blimp, let's burn one. You know, that kind of thing. It'd just be, I would not want a moon pie blimp. It would need to be a police or sheriff's blimp. Ben Griffin. Hey, Ben Griffin. Thank you for looking in on the program. Now, let me see. I'm going to look and see if there's anything I can tell you in this break before I go back on the radio. All right, there is a new category of music that is trending on TikTok. Now, I know you've heard of yacht rock, which is like pop rock music with low testosterone level. Like, what is that really limp rock band? Toto. You know what I'm talking about. So you've heard of yacht rock. Well, there now is a new category of music that's trending on TikTok that is called cigarette mom rock. Cigarette mom rock. Now that is Alanis Morissette, Melissa Etheridge, Avril Lavigne, Pink, Counting Crows, and other artists. It's 90s and 2000 artists. Cigarette mom rock. Now, a counterpart to that is yet another genre of music that's trending on TikTok called divorced dad rock. Now, divorced dad rock is Creed, Nickelback, Stained, and that kind of stuff. These are all bad. These are all bad genres. They're bad. You don't want to hear any of that. Or let me see, is there anything else I can tell you? I'm back on the radio in about 1 minute. There is a lottery winner that's 80 years old in Great Britain. He won $3.3 million, and he used his lottery winnings to create a sophisticated lab near his house where he made counterfeit drugs. He was selling counterfeit pills. He used his lottery winnings to create a crime lab to make counterfeit drugs. So now he's in very big trouble. See, lotteries are bad.
Nothing like it.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710, WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
The Uncle Henry Show, it's 5:50. We have news headlines coming up in 10 minutes. Mardi Gras Parade, you got the Condi Cavaliers tonight at 6:30. And then you got parades tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night in downtown Mobile. And tomorrow is supposed to be very cold. If you were listening earlier this hour, you heard about the very violent sounding Arctic blast that is aimed at us, surging toward us. This Arctic blast. So if you're going out to them parades tomorrow, just be smart. Don't be dumb. All right, let's see. What can we get into before I'm out of time in this segment of the Uncle Henry Show? Earlier this week, we had a story about a Baldwin County trash can, a Baldwin County garbage can that made it to a beach in England. Do you remember this? You saw this story? Fox 10 had the story about the garbage can from Baldwin County that made it all the way to a beach in England, and just people were so delighted, just excited about a garbage can going halfway across the world. Well, there's a story that is another story of something from our part of the world ending up somewhere else. This was also on Fox 10. Somebody took a vacation, and when they went to their vacation, they saw a Mobile Wave Transit bus. while they were vacationing. Let's listen. Here's the story from Fox 10 about the Mobile Wave Transit bus that was spotted in some other country.
A woman in Mobile spotting a surprising sight in the Caribbean, a Wave Transit bus.
Now, it didn't wash up on the beach. If you were wondering if it just washed up on a beach, no.
Yeah, more than 1,000 miles from home.
Okay, our Jordan Lassiter is explaining how a Mobile public transit bus ended up in the Turks and Caicos. Jordan, this is the story.
That's right, Lenise. Lorelei Corey was vacationing in Grand Turk over the holidays, and she spotted something unexpected and got it on video.
Like, it's such a surreal experience because I'm like more than 1,200 miles from home. And then a wave bus just pulls out right in front of us.
Lorelei Corey was in Grand Turk, Turks and Caicos, when something familiar rolled past.
They ended up in Grand Turk. Are you kidding me?
A Wave Transit bus from her hometown of Mobile, Alabama.
And so my reaction was obviously like, oh my God, it's a bus from Mobile right here in Grand Turk. Did I just get dropped into the Twilight Zone?
So how does a Wave bus end up in the islands? Well, the city confirms a bus was sold online on auction a few years back, and it must have made its way overseas.
Like any surplus government property that the city no longer needs, we sell it through public auction. That's usually through govdeals.com. And I verified that we did sell a Wave bus through GovDeals.
All right, so govdeals.com, they sold a bus and somebody's riding around in it. Turks and Caicos, Mobile Wave Transit bus. Now, the question that I had that is not answered in this story, I kept listening for, and there's more to the story. I kept waiting to hear. Were there more people on the bus in the Turks and Caicos than when it was in Mobile? Were they able to get more people on the bus? Did they actually get people to ride it? Because in Mobile, you don't always see the buses full or see a bunch of people on the buses. Are they getting more use of it in the Turks and Caicos? I'd like to know. But in case you were ever wondering if you could buy City of Mobile property, whatever that website was, maybe you're upset because you didn't get a chance to bid on the bus.
City sells surplus items like vehicles and equipment online through govdeals.com.
Govdeals.com. So maybe you'd feel safer if you could buy some decommissioned police car and ride around in a isn't that what the Blues Brothers did when they were on their mission from God? Ride around in an old police car. Anyway, just something to think about if you've got the money and the inclination. In fact, it'd be great if I could buy a used police car and then also adopt an older retired dope dog and just ride around I'd have a perception of safety. Even if I wasn't safe, I'd feel safe riding around in my decommissioned police car with my retired dope dog. All right, there's more to come. I found some stuff that they're up to in the Alabama legislature I want to talk to you about. And I'll get to that in the next segment of the Uncle Henry Show, coming up after the Fox News break.
Securing America.
All right, YouTube viewers, I will be back Monday. I'm sure I'll be talking about the violent, surging Arctic blast that has been aimed at us. So have a pleasant evening and a pleasant weekend. I'll be back here on the YouTube and on the radio Monday. Thank you for watching.